Ah, yes, Hypixel Skyblock. Everyone's favorite experience. If you enjoy grinding for 7 hours, if you managed to reach to the Obsidian Sanctuary and you found it, congrats! Good for you. But your mining journey isn't over yet. Once you deliver this guy 15 enchanted redstone or 15 enchanted of any mineral, which is a lot of fun to get if you go in your collections, you'll find enchanted diamond. Yeah, you need 2.5 stacks in order to make one or two. It's a lot of fun. I'm having fun. But anyways, regarding that, you can see now that if you deliver your 15 enchanted mineral, he won't have anything for you, and you'll be done. And if you go to the lift operator, you can enter the dwarven mines. Where am I? You'll find yourself quickly lost in here, as there's thousands upon thousands upon thousands of places you could go. You'll find the bank here at least. You have the armorer and the blacksmith who can reforge and combine. If you go a little further, you have Gary. Gary tells you what's actually happening right now. He can give you some information as well. It's pretty neat. Back there, there's nothing really. Over here, you have Tavern for alcoholism, everyone's favorite thing that binds us all together in the end. And coming back over here, you have some of your favorite people. You'll have this guy who will tell you everything you need to know about all the different minerals, blocks, ores, everything that you can find, and gemstones. Over here, you have some nerd who sells you lighting if you can't see because you're blind, or just don't be blind. And over here, you have some guy who's a freak over gemstones, who grinds gemstones for you. But where do I actually begin? This doesn't make any sense. All you did was just show me some people. To actually begin your journey, you have to come visit this guy behind me, Boo Boo. He's literally the only way you can actually start, and the game doesn't really tell you specifically on how to start. Through him, you can buy your first fractured mithril pickaxe for 10,000 coins, a cheap price in order to be able to buy a pickaxe that can mine mithril and titanium effectively. From there, you need to go mithril mining and make some enchanted mithril in order to upgrade to a bandaged mithril pickaxe. Then from there, you need a bunch of other stuff like bejeweled handle in order to actually make a mithril pickaxe, including enchanted gold, which is just fun. And then over here, to actually make a refined one, it costs even more with a refined mithril times 2, which you can make in the forge, but you won't be unlocking that soon. There's also titanium, but unless you want to grind titanium, you'll be there forever. Biofuels for drills, but we're not drilling yet because unfortunately we haven't reached that level of capitalism yet. So where do you actually begin? Well, here, this guy can sell you minions if at a high level of 12 if you have his stuff. However, I don't think anyone here is going to be having enchanted coal blocks or enchanted obsidian and 2 million coins anytime soon. Because if you're watching this, you're probably broke, wondering how do you even start Heart of the Mountain. So let's actually introduce the guy that's going to help you get for your Heart of the Mountain journey. This guy's a scam. This guy won't help you at all. You're better off just traveling there yourself or traveling along his lines yourself. I mean, do you really want to pay 1,000 gold to go somewhere, or 500 gold? No one's paying that. So where it actually all begins. Coming down from over there and coming into here, this will be the place that you'll probably be visiting most often until you unlock the emissaries. To actually unlock the emissaries, you have to level up your Heart of the Mountain. You can skip all these NPCs as they're completely useless and irrelevant to you. However, the king is who you want to see, because the king will hand you your commissions, which I've obviously completed the tutorial ones already, and will tell you how much you need to do in order to complete a commission to get XP, mithril powder, and mining experience. The only problem is, it's not the same guy every single Skyblock day. It doesn't make any sense. Why do they rotate? Is this an oligarchy? Is this a rotational monarchy? It doesn't make any sense. Why is there 7 kings and only 1 instead a day? Why are there 7 different people who are the kings next? It doesn't make any sense. Skyblock, why don't you make your game make sense? Besides that, he'll hand you commissions like Mithril Miner to go mine 350 Mithril ore, or Goblin Raid, and you have to go participate in an event, or another event that might happen. And this just shows you your milestone to actually unlocking things. This is going to be a lot of fun. Let me show you what the Mithril Miner commission looks like. So you take out your pickaxe, and this is what Mithril Miner looks like. Yep. This is Skyblock. You sit here and you mine the blue wool for hours. I'm having fun. This is what Skyblock is all about. Besides that, there are events you can do. If you look at the top of the screen, you can see a passive event going on. Sometimes there'll be physical events, sometimes there won't. But either one, it always lasts 20 minutes except for the ones that are active events. You'll find that the active events can get very stressful, but don't worry, you can overcome that. But obviously, you're going to need some armor in order to power up and actually be able to survive in this place. One thing you'll find common is these star sentries. I wouldn't bother fighting them. You quite literally do only 1 damage, and you can die just as easily just like that. So I'd completely ignore them. They're going to be useless for the time being anyways, and you're not going to be using them for a while. So eventually walking around, you'll eventually find another Grand Armée place that everyone loves to visit. You'll find a couple of these around. Actually heading inside, you'll see what we call Glaciate Walkers. Now you'll find that your pickaxe is actually highly effective at killing them. And this is how you grind your armor. You sit here for hours, just stabbing them. I'm having fun. And don't forget that you have to share these with people. So sometimes you'll have people just run up and take your kills. It's okay though, because the chance for armor to drop is actually 1%. This is fun. But why is the armor a 1% drop? That doesn't even make any sense. Why wouldn't you make it any higher to actually make the game any better or make the grind faster? Actually, it's not even 1%. If you actually look in the Skyblock wiki, it's actually 0.5% for each piece, including Glaciate Jewels. However, you won't be using Glaciate Jewels anytime soon. So you actually have a 0.5% chance every time you kill one in order to get 1 armor piece, and that's not even guaranteed to get it in 1 in 200 kills. It's just a chance. Meaning that you could be there for hours and hours and not even get one. How does that make any sense? I mean, how do you expect people to actually sit there and grind for it? Yeah, you can buy it off the auction, but no one's even selling it on the auction rarely. You could try to go to the bazaar or beg people, but that's also not gonna help. So you have to resort to actually grinding 7 hours for a full set of armor with full enchants that I unfortunately couldn't get because I became broke. This is a lot of fun. One thing you'll notice is that even without the rogue sword, your speed's actually a lot faster now. And now you can run around faster. And with your rogue sword, you get to go flying. It makes things so much more efficient. However, there's one more combat area to show you. Up in here, you'll find the goblin burrows. And this, it's a lot of fun. Because if you don't do full damage, you die, just like that. You take crazy hits, just like that. Worst comes to worst, you don't die. Yeah, you just sit here stabbing these guys. That's all there really is to this. So one thing you can do is run around and start killing these guys in hopes of robbing them for a lot of money. Now then, what you'll find is that these guys can be really annoying to actually get a hit on. And they can hurt. Even with your new armor, they hurt. And if you don't get a crit with a good sword that kills them in 1 shot, bruh. That was fun. So what actually happens when you complete a commission? Well, as you can see, I have a very high mining speed pickaxe for such a low level. Now, you'd imagine that if you're mining, this won't take long. But even with the perk I have, it takes so long. Look at how long this takes. This is a scam. It doesn't even work. You'll hear sometimes if you complete a commission or if you press tab, you can see your commission's done. So you have to run back across this bridge and spend most of your time, because you don't have the emissaries unlocked, running to the king, which obviously loses you time and precious time that you need to grind. You have to run all the way back here, right click, and you click your commission, and you're done. And you just get a new one. That can either be way better or way worse. That's no better. That's just gonna take more of my time. So why actually grind Heart of the Mountain? Well, if you open up your Skyblock menu and you click Heart of the Mountain, you can see a bunch of different things. Reset, RNG meter, one that you can't even read because Skyblock just makes it closed out for the most part, but I believe that says Crystal Hollow Crystals. Heart of the Mountain, go back and close. You can see your tiers here that you've unlocked and are meaning to unlock eventually. You can scroll up to find more tiers, as you can see. It scrolls up one by one. And you can unlock different things, such as precision mining. This is a perk that'll make it a lot faster to mine. You can find efficient miner. You can find stuff you haven't unlocked, such as mining wisdom, or mining spread. Or you can find sometimes things like Core of the Mountain, which gives you a token of the mountain and Skyblock experience. To actually unlock these, not only do you require different tiers sometimes, but you also need tokens of the mountain, in which you get by leveling up your Heart of the Mountain tier, which can sometimes take forever. But you're thinking, oh, why don't you just invest in Mithril minions? Mithril minions are useless! Literally just ask anyone that plays this game. Mithril minions are the worst thing ever! You're better off investing in redstone minions! I mean, you're literally better off showing off and flexing your redstone minions and having them actually work with things like super compactors, diamond spreading, and enchanted lava buckets. I mean, it's literally way better. You can see all the resources they're getting. This is way faster. And diamond spreading is literally just free diamonds. You're making free money. Why would you not invest in it? So don't even buy Mithril minions. They're completely useless to fill out your collection. I mean, you'll finish it out doing commissions anyways. So what's the point? You're gonna be spending like a month here grinding it anyways.